All right, guys, so Dave here with ProPosal. I am going to say it's safe to say, as I saw from the attendees, that about 90% of you guys are users of the program, so you'll be somewhat familiar. For any of you guys that are not users of the program, we're going to go step by step of just the basic functionalities of ProPosal, and then what we're going to do is get into some of the new features and how some of that stuff works. So if anyone is not ready or cannot hear me, please send a message here in the text box right here. Can I just get a quick okay from everyone that you can hear me and see my screen? All right, guys, perfect. So let's get into this. I'm sure many of you know as you've signed up for the webinar, this is ProPosal. So when you log into the program here, for any of you that are not familiar, I'm going to log in to Lionshare Maintenance's profile. Here we are at the dashboard. I'm going to hide this guy here now. Here we are at the dashboard. The basic functionalities of the dashboard are as follows. Right here, this is your customer follow-up screen. The follow-up screen is accessible a couple different ways. You can zoom out from the month here, so you can see all of your follow-ups for February. You can go down to a week, or you can go down to 1 day. You can also go up here in your account tab, go to follow-up calendar, and there's another way to access that. Now, the way that the follow-up functionality works for ProPosal is all you have to do to send a follow-up email to your customers is simply click here, add a note, and what that just did right there was resent the exact proposal with that note that I just sent via the follow-up method. First thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to add a new customer. You'll see this new pop-up. This is one of the new features in the program. We get to decide if we want to add a residential or a commercial customer. So what I'm going to do, because a lot of you guys probably haven't seen it, is I'm going to add a residential customer. And I'm going to do myself, Dave Carroll, 360-6131. And I'm sure, as you guys know, a lot of you have done this before. But what you'll see here in the residential section now is that it's not asking for a fax number. It's not asking for a website. It is simply asking for the only information that you could get from one of your residential customers. So I want to educate you guys to start using this feature. Billing address, same as service address, and I'll show you why in a second. It's easier to read into your customer section if you just populate this button every time. Now, of course, if the billing address is different than the service address, then just go ahead, excuse me, go ahead and enter the different address here. But for simplicity's sake, due to this is a residential bid, we're going to keep the billing address and the service address the same. These customer notes right here is how you communicate with other employees, with your office manager, with any of this stuff. So this note section is hidden to your customers. They will never see this. So we're going to hit submit, and this forwards you to the create a proposal screen. You'll see that automatically the customer you just created pre-populates right there. So we're just going to add a couple services here. First one, we're going to do roof cleaning. Second, let's do an awning cleaning. And then we'll do an acid etching removal. This is another one of the new features here. You'll see the description now has up to 200 characters. So Sorry about that, guys. Jumping around a little bit. So in these sections here, all you're doing is adding descriptive text. We have all of my prices in my profile. I pre-populate at 0 simply so that I can adjust any bid like I like. Now we have certain services like repairs and that type of stuff that I'll have, like, you know, a $25 repair or a $15 repair. That will be a service that I automatically pre-populate. Everything else I keep at 0. Now for sales tax, where it's applicable in your state, if or if not, you can use a calculator up here. Just use your sales tax and input it. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep this blank. This here is the note section. You can add up to 200 characters in the note section. You can use bold text, italicized, underlined, basic text functionalities, and again, you'll see the character counter here, up to 200 characters. Next step here in the bidding process is you can add photos. So here, we're going to go to my pictures. Say we want a picture of a nasty dumpster pad. And then you have two options here in the photo section. You can save and add more, or you can save and continue. So we're going to save and add more. Let's do one more picture. Let's do yours truly performing a glass restoration tag. And as you'll see here, you have the ability to rotate photos now. Again, one of the other great features. We're just going to add 2 pictures to this proposal right now. So we're going to save and continue. Now here, you'll see all of my attachments that I have saved in my profile. And I'll go over that in just 1 second. How to attach attachments, what you can do with them, but you guys will see some of the cool stuff that we do with our attachments with both lion share maintenance and with surface renew. In those 3 quick steps, this is what your profile generated. So you have your logo here, your company information, below, address, phone number, all that good stuff. We have the services here, and then it automatically does a page break at page 1. Page 2 will be your proposal notes. Now, because this allows for 2,000 characters, we give you an entire page in the proposal. Sorry, this jumped up. Oh, I apologize, guys, that I am not watching your notes here. I think we're good to go still. So the second page here is going to be your notes section. Third page is where your photos go. See, as your photo notes went here, glass restoration tag removal. Have a little part here where if your customer chooses to print or scan and then sign, they have the ability to do that. And then we have our W-9 here, as well as the commercial and residential services letter that we added. Now these are PDFs that we add to our attachment that you guys saw me select before, and I'll go in a second here and just show you how you can upload those attachments, where you can manage them, that type of stuff. Now for those that have used the program, you'll see that these 4 buttons you've seen before. You can go back and edit the proposal. You can save the proposal as a draft to your profile. You can save and send it immediately, or you can print the proposal and save it. Now these 2 new buttons here, these are pretty cool. I just did a couple examples here. But let's say we want to put a cover letter on our bid. Now what I've done, you have the ability here to create cover letters from scratch and then save them as templates. Now you also have the ability to save cover letters in your profile. So what I've done here is just created an example. You'll see where you just show the different functionalities here. What you can do is bold stuff, add logos, add pictures, bullet points, numbers, bold text, underline text, all that great stuff. You can also edit a previously saved. So let's say you have a cover letter that you like to use. You can go in and previously save, previously edit a saved template and then save it again. So here we're going to save and go back. And now what you'll see, the first page just saved that cover letter that you added to the bid. Another really cool option that we have here that we added to the program is being able to change the order of pages. So let's say we want our residential service letter first, our commercial service letter second. We want our service and notes section at the end, but we're going to take the pictures and put them first. In any order that you guys want, you can rearrange your attachments now so that if you want your customers to first see your service letter and then the cover page, which of course would make no sense, we would usually keep that first, but for example's sake, here are your photos, another service letter, our W-9, and now we have the bid at the end with the notes. So what we're going to do is save and send this proposal immediately. Now what this has done, as you can see, proposal has been successfully sent. A 1-week reminder has been set on your dashboard calendar. What you have the ability to now do is see that today is Monday the 2nd. So if we zoom out to a month view, what happened was the bid we just created on the 9th, the bid we just created on the 2nd automatically set a follow-up date for the 9th. Well, let's say now that that was a bid where someone said, you know what, Dave? We don't want you to get back to us until the 13th. So all I did was go to change my follow-up date. And for these icons here, guys, I'll not try to jump around too much because I'm going to dig pretty deep into this account tab. But if you see here, the account details, all of those icons are right here in your account. So if you're ever on your phone or on a tablet and you don't have the ability to hover over to see what these guys are doing, just go right here to the account tab, go to icon details, and that'll give you a little cheat sheet on exactly what's going on. So now we have the ability down here for the bid we just sent. As you guys can see, because that was a residential bid, there's no company saved there. And the next update coming in the 2nd week of February, we're going to have, we're going to have this populate as residential bid, so it'll automatically read that. I hear this note thing going off a little bit. Oh, you guys are just chatting a little bit. Okay. So, what another awesome feature is with ProPosal now is you have the ability to create an invoice simply by changing the status of the bid. So right now you have the ability, depending on your industry, to do accepted or closed. But let's say we want to accept this bid. Now we get a pop-up here that says, do you want to create an invoice? We select OK. The system will automatically generate an invoice here from us to the customer, totaling up the bid. And then here what you have the ability to do is select a net 10, 15, 30, or due upon receipt. We're going to set a net 30 on this guy. You have the ability in the invoice section now to either create and print the invoice or to create and send the invoice. What we're going to do is create and send the invoice. And now as you can see, invoice has been sent. Now you'll see here what happened with this bid. Unlike the one below for Best Buy, we've sent this invoice. We now have the ability to view this invoice again, making sure that we sent it, we're able to keep up on it, you can print from there, do all that great stuff. So, customer section here. All of your customers are listed here, and this is also where you're able to export your customers in a CSV file. What I like to do in my customer section is go to 100. So when I'm looking or if I want to edit something or do something, you have the ability to view all your customers here. Let's say I want to check out Walmart. There's Walmart. Use the search key here to get into your customers. You can check the details of the proposal. In this details section, I probably shouldn't move so fast there, because in this details section, which is great, and you can access this from the dashboard and both from the customer section. If you go to details, this is where you can communicate in your company to add more customer notes. So we want to add a customer note there, and now we can see if we go back in to Handy Dan. Now Handy Dan has more of a customer note, and because my beautiful second half manages this account, you'll see that note was by Barin. That will bring up another feature of adding additional users, which we'll go over in a second. So take a quick little pause here and open it up for a couple quick questions. Are there any basic functionalities, guys, that we have seen for users of the program that have not been addressed? And feel free to comment here with text. Okay, so Rick asked, okay, real quick, I'm gonna get to Rick's question, and then Rob, I got your question afterwards, and let's stop. I'm gonna get you three right now. So Rick, Rob, and you guys gotta, I apologize because it is my first webinar here. So I'm gonna go through the notes here quick. If you guys wanna, let me get to these 4 questions first, and then we'll answer some more. So the first question was from Rick. Can you change the default follow-up time? If you want to change the follow-up time in a bid, you can do that here from, and this is the icon for the follow-up date. It kind of looks like a calendar there. So if we want to go here, if the default follow-up time, if this bid was created today, it's automatically going to set it for the 9th, but I can still set it for the 3rd, submit it, and then now you'll see here on my dashboard, now that bid has moved to the 3rd. So you can manage all of your follow-ups individually from the dashboard, from your last 5 sent proposals, or if you want to go to your proposals here, and this is just another tab at the top, the proposal letters, excuse me, the proposal screen, you can also edit all of this information. So you can copy the bid if your customer saw, let's say you bid everything out that you wanted to, you can copy the bid here, edit it, and resubmit it, and then just delete the other one. So Rick, yes, to answer your question, the follow-up date can be edited. Next question that I got here is from Kyle. Kyle Stafford, as of right now, we do not have an import customer feature. We are looking at tying in with Customer Factor in the next 30 days here. And this will actually answer Robin's question too. We are integrating with Steve over at the Customer Factor, and that should, as long as it takes us, I can't give you guys a timeline because I would be lying. We're looking at about 30 to 60 days. I hope it's a lot sooner than that. We just have to figure out exactly what we need to do to build the open API key so that it's very, very easy for you guys to transfer information between accounts. The most basic principle of Proposal is that I want to make it as easy for you guys as possible. So when it comes to the importing and exporting feature, I just want to make sure that it's not overcomplicated. We want one click of a button and everything works great. So as you guys can see here, for the export feature, and this works good right now for QuickBooks or for Customer Factor, you can export dependent on the status of the bid. So for the proposal status right now, we have open, closed, and rejected. So ideally, what we need to do, and it's a good catch, we need to add an accepted tab here, because if you guys are using accepted instead of closed, as of right now, you won't be able to export. But let's say I want to export a CSV file of all my open bids. What just happened is that every one of my customers here just went into a CSV file that is made to be able to directly import right into QuickBooks. So let's see here. We got Kyle, we got Robin, we got Brian. Okay, Brian, what happened with your cover letter the other day? The JavaScript was reading really weird. What it does is any information that you put into the cover letter, and I won't get too technical here, but basically what was happening is that that page doesn't just transfer text like the rest of the program. It codes everything in HTML, and that's why there's no character limit on the cover page. So Brian, what you probably saw was trying to upload a logo, and it was reading it wrong. As you can see from my example, we have mediated that feature. You should be able to import any type of image into your cover letter. And what we're working on perfecting the functionality in the cover letter is that you'll be able to save a really nice cover letter as your residential cover letter, as you saw mine saved here. And that's also in the account tab, manage your cover letters. So you see them here, and this is where you can edit them and delete them. I want to have it so that you guys can create 1 or 2 or 3 cover letters so you don't have to have 30 of them saved in your profile. And then all you have to do is take out an image, upload another image, so you can make the proposal even more unique than it already is by adding that cover letter. Now, let's see here. Incorporating the CSV import, Rick, that is something that I will take in my notes, but in reality, the most simple way to do any type of importing is through a CSV file. So if and when we do create that functionality, it will be through a CSV import. We just want to make it friendly enough so it works across the board. So if you guys are using Customer Factor, Service Monster, QuickBooks, any of the other million CRMs out there, it's going to work for everything else that you're doing. So let me check here. All right. Let's go quick, guys. Did I get to all the questions that you have for right now? I am going to take that as a yes. So, we're going to get back here, and I'm going to get into the account tab. If you want to edit your company profile, pretty simple, pretty basic. Here's our company profile. That's where we're at. That is the contact information, and the primary contact person, that's going to be your signature line. So if you are the admin or you're the owner of your company, but you want all of your signatures to come from, let's say you have an office manager, or a girl who works part-time, or the wife does it, or your son or your cousin that you want to give a job because he's broke. Whoever it is, you want their name right here, or whosever name and contact information you want on the signature line of every bid. Change logo, pretty self-explanatory. Just remember, guys, it only accepts these type of files here. If you had a logo created by anyone, they will have given you that logo in that format, and if they didn't, get a hold of me and I can do it for you. We like to make it easy over here at ProPosal. Manage your attachments. This is where a lot of you guys have dealt with us on the customer service side of things. So as you can see my profile, I got a couple attachments in here. The only time that you guys will see these lovely, so fun to deal with encrypted errors are usually when you guys are uploading either an insurance document, a W-9, or anything else that you could possibly think of that someone sent you and they would want to encrypt in order for you to not be able to edit. So for any of you guys, and again, I cannot explain how much I appreciate your patience, But any time that we have had to go on the back end and upload an attachment for you is because we unencrypt it. And now your insurance agent, your work comp, your W-9, they encrypt that file simply so that service providers or their customers of insurance, work comp, all that good stuff, they encrypt those files so that smart, slick individuals like us could not essentially go in and edit the information, like change the date to be able to submit a file so it looks like it's, the file from the year before and you change the date. That is why your insurance agent encrypts the file. Now, we have a way of bypassing that to add it to your profile. If you use Joe Walters Insurance, you can request a for bidding purposes only document. That will never, ever, ever be encrypted. It's the one that I use in my profile, uploaded right away, never had an issue. Now, that said, guys, as most of you know, if you ever have an issue uploading a file or an attachment, shoot Bryn, Jessica, or I an email with the attachment and your login credentials and password, and we can have it uploaded to your profile faster than Jimmy John's. Next thing here, guys, and these are both pretty similar. This is where you can edit your follow-up body and your follow-up, you can edit the proposal email body or the follow-up body. Now, what that is, let me log into my email here. So here, those bids that I just sent, this text here, this is where you can edit that information in these two tabs here. So this one is for the proposal that gets sent first. This next one here is for the email. We also have a little help tab here. So if you guys need any help, it gets a little technical here, not too bad, but for any HTML coding or if you want to take some of this stuff out or add it, again, this is something we can always help you guys with, but just so you know what's going on, if you need any help, click that button right there and it'll walk you through this information there. And this is completely customizable. You can do bullet points, you can do fonts, you can do underline, tables, all that good stuff can be added. Let me check here because I've been ignoring you guys for a second. Let's see if we got any question. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop real quick here again because I'm a little bit behind on the notes. If you have posted a question in the last 5 minutes, post it again right now. We'll do another quick little question session. As of right now, Chris, okay. Chris, right now, I'll let a couple of these populate. We got 3 questions. Let's get 2 more, and then I'll stop it there so I can invoice it. So I can cover them. Sorry, Josh, I was reading too fast. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got Chris, Randy, Rob. 1 more question, whoever gets it in there first. Okay, guys, we're going to keep it at 4 for right now, and then I'll stop again in a second. So, first question. Uploading pictures on invoicing, that is not available right now. If we can get, what I'll do for some of these questions, and I'll have this be the first one, Chris, is I'll send a survey to you guys. So everyone that... Scott, I thought you were ordering the pizza, bud. For the... Let me see. Scott's getting a little comical on me. I'm losing my stuff. We like to use the 80-20 rule with features. I see a lot of other softwares very open to suggestions. And as a lot of you guys know, I am very willing to work with all of you. If I ask 10 of you a question about a feature and 8 or more of you, no, Lions eat competition, Randy. Pictures and invoicing right now, no. If you guys tell me that you want the ability to create pictures in the invoice, yes. The invoice functionality as it is right now is extremely basic. In our next update, we will be expanding the invoicing functionality a lot. But right now, the invoicing feature is as it is, and I think that gets to Josh's question. I will go over the invoicing quickly again. Randy Mills asked, where'd you go, Randy? What about export all for CSV? All? Randy, that is not available right now, simply because I didn't want you guys to have to only have that option. So that was the first functionality, was it would just export everything. Right now, what we're doing is just playing with the functionality and see how it works best. And maybe that's a good idea, is that after this, guys, I'll send out a quick survey with a couple blank light items for suggestions. You guys can give them to me. I'll add all those up together, and then on the next webinar, we'll go over some of that stuff. So, Rob Scott, can you make it so that we're able to rotate photos after they're loaded, thus positioning them in the order they were taken? Rob, me and you are going to touch base on that later, as I kind of understand the question. The functionality is basically there. It's the preview of the image. What we're trying to work on is being able to add more picture than one at a time. It's just taking a little bit more coding than we thought, but it is going to happen. Steve, real-time consumer scheduling. As you can see here, my man, we do have a calendar built into the program here. Now, the reason that I put the calendar in the program was for follow-up purposes and functionality. And that's, like I showed you guys, that's how easy it is to follow up. Now, being that we have that functionality there, it is possible to incorporate scheduling. The way I see it right now, and in the talks that we've had with Steve over at Customer Factor, I would like to much more work with something that's perfect than trying to reinvent the wheel. So the objective in integrating with Customer Factor is going to be to use their scheduling. Now, assuming how that situation works out, we'll see what happens. But as of right now, we're not getting into scheduling functionality as right now. Jimmy, before and after pictures on invoices would be great. Caleb, that is great, great advice. And what I'm going to do, guys, is take these notes. And again, the suggestions here, they're so important. We'll open up some of this to audio so I can take notes as you guys are talking with these suggestions, because there's a lot of good stuff here. And we just got an announcement from Mr. Ron Musgraves that he wants to give away a Galaxy tablet. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something cool. Me and Ron are going to get together after the webinar here, and we are going to figure out who in this webinar would like... Who's trying to get stuff for free again already? I'm supposed to... Oh, Rob. We will talk about that more. My man Ron Musgraves wants to give away a tablet. So for everyone here... Ron, you know what? Ron is sending me a couple private messages. We will have an announcement before the end of the webinar on how you guys are going to win this tablet. Yes. Thanks, Ron, guys. Thanks to Ron. All right, so we're going to end the questions now for a sec. I'm going to dig back into this a little bit. So we are in the account tab. Here, like I showed you guys, is where you can manage your cover letters. Delete them. Edit them. You actually edit them in the other part of the section, but we can play with that functionality a little bit. This is a cool part. This is where you can manage your staff. So, as you can see here, we charge $5 per staff per month. You add their information, an email address, the user type, and then you automatically can select an attachment. What What I can do with what I do with all of my additional users is I just put our insurance so that every time that a user on my profile sends out a bid, it is guaranteed that they send insurance. Now you can also add more attachments so that if you want them to be able to add insurance and then a W-9 or a commercial services letter or whatever that may be, managing your staff is a functionality that we added very early in the program. Between managing your staff and invoicing, those are two of the features that are going to receive a lot of attention in the next coming update. And you guys will see that probably about the second week of February. Manage your services. This should be something you guys are pretty familiar with, and this is the only part that gets a little goofy. The industry name here being window cleaning. That is simply a placeholder. You can put, like you see, 60-foot boom rental, 20-foot scissor lift, permits. Any of these industry names are just placeholders for your services. And as you can see, you can add more, you can delete them, this can be done. I suggest doing all the stuff that I've shown you guys besides creating the bids. It's the most friendly right now on your computer. When you're adding any information to your profile, I suggest doing it at the end of the day when you're in front of a computer. Now that being said, if you're on site, on a tablet, on a phone, and you need to go in and you're here and you're creating a proposal and you realize that you go to your services, you see they're in alphabetical order so you can find them really easy. But let's say you see a service and you're doing a bid for carpet cleaning and you don't have that service in there, all you got to do is go to account, manage your services, add a service, let's just act like that's gonna be a repair or whatever it was. We're just gonna save that there. So now you'll see, new service, I just added it there. We go to the dashboard, we're gonna create a new proposal, and what do we find? New service I just added, and you can see that populated at $10 right away. So, and what'll also happen there is you see this bid, just accept it as a draft. All you have to do, if you didn't like it, just delete it, good to go. Next one here, manage your services, and maybe I should see if you guys got any questions here. Okay, we got a couple questions. Ron just gave me a little update. This is what you guys got to do here to win the tablet. Send a text to 25827, and the first one that texts right now, I want a hat, you win a tablet. Thank you to Mr. Musgraves and the UAMCC. All right, I see a couple questions here. Have you ever had trouble with sending a canned W-9? I get asked for current sign-in date. Rick, the reason that I always add a W-9 is because I know they're going to want it, so I can look like more of a professional, that after that great net 30 that I set, when I call Miss Smith over at ABC Property Management and say, hey, we haven't gotten paid yet, what's going on? And she says, oh, Dave, I was waiting for a W-9. I don't know what happened. Well, Miss Mary, we did send over the W-9, but what you can do now is just go to your follow-up calendar right here. Go to the dashboard. Zoom this out for you guys. We're going to go to the month. And let's say they didn't get their W-9 or they needed it updated or whatever the case. Click here. Your W-9 is... Now, all it's going to do is resend that exact same bid that you sent 30 days ago. Miss Smith is going to get that. The W-9 is going to be accepted. You're going to get paid sooner. Everyone is a happy camper. And look at that already, Mr. Cody Clark. Congratulations, because you just won a tablet. And look at this. How easy is that? Look at Jimmy. Already, Jimmy, during the webinar, just closed a bid for $5K. I don't think we could be any happier than that. Congratulations, my man. We love when you guys are making money. All right. Do we have any? I think we're good on questions for now. Gonna keep cranking this out a little bit, guys. Manage your services, we just went over. There is some more functionality coming into the managed services. What we're doing is for residential bids, we're going to have it able to do what all of you guys who do residential bids love. You are going to have the ability to do basic, premium, deluxe, pre-populated, so that when you create a residential bid and select that service, it automatically populates basic, premium, deluxe. You can set the services at 0, add them up how they work. You guys are good to go. Let me see this quick here. All right. Now we got our follow-up calendar. Pretty simple. Billing history, pretty simple. Checking your close rate. This is a very, very good feature. I see that Jeffrey, can you? I lost that question. If no one could post for a second, Jeffrey, could you repost that question? All right, guys. Now we have check your close rate. This is another really, really cool feature. We didn't go crazy with it, but what this is doing is all those statuses of your bids, it's documenting it. And what you have the ability to do now is generate a report of your status of all your proposal bids. Now, your accountant's not going to want this. Maybe your office manager isn't going to want this. But there's a system here that's open enough for you guys to be able to manage and monitor your own close rate simply through ProPosal. Because what does ProPosal do, guys? We take you from the start of the generation of the the start of the generation of the job. We allow you to create the proposal. We allow you to communicate with your customer through the proposal. We allow you to close the job, create an invoice, and now, just through the program, you can manage all of your close rate there. So that's another really cool feature. Another thing, as like with my situation out here in California, you might need to change your email. All you got to do to change your email in ProPosal now is go right into this Change Email tab. Very simple. And now the same thing with your password. Exact same thing. Change your password very, very easily. So again, everything in the account tab, we got our company info, change logo, manage your attachments, edit your proposal email body and follow-up, manage your cover, manage your staff, manage your services, follow-up calendar, billing history, icon details, check your close rate, change your email, change your password. I hate to make it seem so simple, guys, but that's about it. It is pretty simple. Now let's see here. I'm going to jump back up to these questions. Okay. Is there a feature where you can tell if they open the bid? Jeffrey, great question. And I have an even better answer. Come update 2, which is we are timing for right around Valentine's Day, you will have a read notification in your customer section where you will be able to see if and when your customer created your invoice. I'm sorry, not created. You will be able to see if and when your customer opened and interacted with your email. Read notification will be a great feature. And again, guys, my objective, instead of adding a ton of fluffy features, I want this thing to be perfect for exactly what it's for. Like exactly what it's for. Give me 1 second here, guys. The guy who gave away the iPad wants to make a quick little announcement, so we're gonna give Ron a quick 30 seconds. The thing is, Ron, I cannot. Kyle, yes, in the next update, Proposal will be able to make you a sandwich. All right, what I'm going to do quick, guys, is unmute everyone because I cannot unmute Ron by himself. So please, for simplicity's sake, either mute yourself or... Here we go. Hold on one sec. We got everyone unmuted now. Ron, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Ron, do we got you?
Hey, it was a lot of fun, man. Great webinar. I can't wait to look forward to the next one, David. Congratulations to Cody.
Hey, thank you very much, Ron, and thank you because Ron surprised me halfway through this, guys, with a text message. This was not planned. Ron saw the activity in here, hopped on, shot me a text message and say, can I please give your users an iPad? So everyone say thank you to Ron that it was not necessary, but greatly, greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep. Thank you, Ron.
All right, guys, I'm going to mute everyone again quick. We're going to go back to text. Okay. Any questions right now, guys, off the top of your head? Minus the biscuits and gravy and pizza. Yes, Rick, you can close an accepted job, but what I'll do to make it simple, for different industries, like we have ladies that do wedding planning that do this stuff. We have like DJs. We have a finance company who's using Proposal to generate invoices to finance you guys for water-fed poles and that type of stuff. So I debated eliminating one of them because they basically have the same functionality. What I would suggest to everyone right now until the next update, just use the closed feature. It's going to differ in industries like the terminology, because for me, when I get a bid accepted, that doesn't mean that it was closed. For right now, until I send everyone an email, just use the closed feature and we'll have that fixed within a week. I'm also going to add that in the... I'll add that in the survey after of what would be easier to use, whether it's closed, accepted, or both. I'm just taking a note here quickly. Closed versus accepted. I am very open to suggestions on all of these. Randy Mills asked, multiple emails for residential customers? Yes. In the next update, we will have a feature, and it's going to go right here when you add a customer. Doesn't matter if it's residential or commercial. There will be a button right here to add another email. So yes, that will have the capability to do that. Matt Adwell, I mentioned package pricing. Matt has been hounding me about package pricing since I think about January of last year before the program even came out. Hey, Walt, no problem. Thank you very much for checking us out, man. Matt, me and you are going to talk a little bit more. And yes, package pricing is coming and is going to happen. Okay, Rob Scott came in a little late due to a bad link. I am recording this as we're talking. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen here, but this will be recorded. I'll be sharing this on YouTube, on everywhere. I'm going to do another one that's a little bit more formal, but again, for the first one, cover the bases. I think we covered the bases pretty well. Rick, here we go. How about the lounge, Mr. Handcuff? What would you like to know about the lounge? Daniel, that is an amazing idea. I will, it is probably honestly going to take me at least a week to get around to this, but I'm just taking notes. Give me a second. Letters in lounge. Let me see what I can. Let me see what I can do to crank some of these out. To put a realistic timeline on it, guys. We are already in the process of working on this second update. So any suggestions, I'm going to try as hard as I can. If they're not already there in the second update, we're going to try as hard as we can to implement them. But let's see here. Editable cover levers in the lounge. Yes, we can make that happen. I can't tell you when, but I will make that happen. Kyle, we can add discounts. And what I'll do is take another note here. The way you can add a discount right now is if you copy the bid and add a negative sign. It's kind of like a Band-Aid we have right now. But adding discounts is on the top of our list. That feature will be there. Form in the lounge to add a list of references. Jimmy, there is that I have one that's editable. But I think, Jimmy, for me and you, what we'll do, we'll get a call in this week. And I know there's a lot of stuff that you're looking for in the lounge. And I would love your input due to the fact that you are the tile and grout guy in here. So me and you will set up a call. I'll contact you after the webinar. We'll set something up for this week and talk about the marketing materials and that type of stuff we're going to add for the lounge. Let's see here. Same customer, different services. Chris, elaborate that a little bit. And Rick, the lounge. What I'll do for all you guys here in the webinar. Gotcha. Here, really quick. We got 49 guys still in here. How many of you right now have never been in the lounge? Just put right now, type a no if you have never been in the lounge or never had access. Well, I have to say, guys, that is a bit... Once, Brian. Here's what I'll do, guys. I am going to resend out an invite letter to the lounge, and that'll come right after the webinar is over. I have all of your guys' emails that have registered for the webinar. You will get an invite to the lounge. Give me less than an hour. Invite to lounge. Give me about an hour. I will get everyone an invite that needs one, and it sounds like that's a lot of you guys. So I will make that happen right when we get done with this. So you know what we're going to do? Instead of doing a walkthrough of the lounge on this one, we are creeping up on an hour. I know you guys got stuff to do, and it's getting kind of late where some of you are. The same customer with multiple service address. Chris, I will post an update on that. It's something we're working on. Multiple service address. So Chris, just to show you real quick, and this will help a lot of you other guys too. If you look at my customers, so like here, all of these are like here. Let me do a better one. If we do Old Navy, we do all the Old Navies in Minnesota, and that's just a portion of them. See how it's all the same thing? I created the company name with our contact there as the job. They needed each one individually submitted. So yeah, little bit of double entry, and I'm sorry, we're trying as hard as we can to eliminate that feature because I love about as much as you guys is having to enter things twice. But what I do for right now for multiple locations for one customer is I'll create that customer, but just with another company name. So hopefully that answered your question, Chris. Exactly, Rick. So that's what we would do. Me and Rick back in Minnesota, we worked on a snow removal bid. What you would do is create that customer twice, do the company name as the address of the property, and then submit it like that. And this will give you guys an idea of how we did it. So first name, last name, phone number, email, but then for the service area and that stuff, you can see it's its own individual company for that profile. So we go here. I want to go to proposals. Of course, this isn't working like I want it to now. There we go. So here, add Old Navy as the company name. And even if you want to put the address in there, it makes it a little easier to find. And that's, again, that's something we're working on tightening up. But all this feedback, guys, it is absolutely priceless because my only objective for this program is to make it perfect for you guys. So let's see here. We got the lounge. You got anything else? Any other questions, guys, before we wrap up? Anything else you want to see? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're going to do Chris first. Confirming the email has been opened. So what we're going to do is, here we are. We have this invoice, right? Reply to this email. What's going to happen is it's forwarding to your customer to say, thank you for accepting this bid. Now, I sent that to myself in my other email. So what I'm going to do here is log out. Go to other account. And right here, what happened, you see, is the invoice was accepted. Congratulations, your invoice has been accepted. Please contact Dave Carroll at my number here. So you guys feel free, accept that invoice, send a check, whatever you want. Chris, that is just a little hiccup. Oh, no. You are CC'd. Chris, are you seeing that? Chris, you know what? So we don't take up time on the webinar, me and you will touch base and I'll explain how that functionality is working. It's just a little hiccup, but that's being fixed tonight. All right. Rob Scott, what do you want to see with the logos? Right here, Rob, go to your account tab here, change logo, choose file. You don't want to add pictures, you want documents because of file type. But like here, I got my dope lion. Open. Save. Bam. Logo successfully updated. And then it will give you a preview of your logo right there just so you can see that the right upload was properly uploaded. Did that answer your question, Rob? Okay. Rob, we can go through that a little bit more. If you're having technical issues on your end, we can set up a call. If any of you guys, what's involved to get started with ProPosal? Weldon, to get started, all you got to do, we offer a 15-day free trial. All you got to do is visit that site, click 15-day free trial, sign up, 15 days for free. We do a complimentary account walkthrough, but what I'm going to do is another brief video like this that just kind of automates the account walkthrough so that, I'm sure you guys love talking to Jessica and Barin, I can only imagine, but if you ever don't want to talk to them, we'll have videos available. Another thing that I'm going to do is upload little videos just in little tidbits around the program. You'll start to see just little stuff around here where it'll be a quick little video of me just explaining that exact functionality. You know what I'm going to do quick, guys? Since it seems like we're wrapping up here, I'm going to turn on issues of PDF attachments. For right now, Derek, if you get any type of issue at all with a PDF attachment, send us an email here. Send us an email there with your login information and your password. And let's just do a quick thing, guys. I know we're down to like about 40-something attendees. If you have ever gotten customer support from ProPosal at all, from me, Barin, or Jessica, just type yes right now in the text box. So as you guys can see with those couple quick yeses that happened, all we ever try to do is be here for you guys. All we can do. Like I have, between the staff of 2 plus myself, if you guys ever need anything from us on our end, the best way to get a hold of us is support@closethejob.com. If it literally has anything to do with functionality in your account, save us the email back and forth. Anytime you send an email to support, because I mean, it's simple, guys. We don't save this information on our end, ever. I don't want your login information. I don't care to have it. We have no access to your customers. I never want to have it. I never want the server to have it. Every time that you have a technical issue that you email support, please, for the sake of everyone involved, just include your password and your login, and it will make everyone's life easier and faster, which is exactly the objective of ProPosal. So guys, we just passed the hour mark. I know any of you East Coast guys, you got to be about 9 o'clock now. Is there anything else that I can help with right now before we wrap this up? Daniel, in the nicest, Rick, I'm pretty hungry too. Daniel, in the nicest way possible, every single bid you are doing yourself and you're doing yourself and your customers an injustice if you are not bidding every single thing that they see. Now, what's beautiful here, and yeah, Jimmy, I can go back over invoicing in 1 sec. And if you guys feel free to leave. If you guys have gotten what you want out of this, feel free to leave. I'll follow up with everyone via email. But this is what I'll do. If I want to change a bid and edit it. So there, let's say we did a bid for 3 services. And then continue, save and continue, save and preview. Look at that beautiful picture. Okay, so let's send this immediately. 1 week reminder has been set on the dashboard calendar. This is the bid we just sent, Best Buy, Dan Smith. What we can do now is if we added a bunch of services and now they say, well, I don't want that service. We just delete it and then go through continue. This obviously wasn't the same bid, but hopefully you guys understand the functionality. All you have to do is copy the proposal right here, and I apologize for jumping around so fast, but copy the proposal, whichever one that you want to edit. So Daniel, let's say that you estimated 10 different things that you saw on site. The customer called back, they only wanted 2. Go back in, copy the proposal, add, delete, do whatever you want. It will regenerate the exact same proposal and you'll see it here again. So here's the one we created originally. Here's the one we edited as a draft because we didn't go through the whole process. Now what you can do is delete this proposal. That's gone now forever. And then send the next one. So no, I love to intimidate my customers. I want them to see everything that we do because who knows when I send out a bid for an $800 roof cleaning that the wife hadn't been bugging the husband about getting the windows clean, but also the roof. They just didn't know you did it. I mean, I love overbidding every job that I do. Not overbidding the pricing, overbidding the amount of services that I make available through my company. Okay, so going back over invoicing. Like I said earlier, guys, and for you guys, of those that didn't catch it, the way that you generate an invoice is like this. You can either do accepted or closed. For right now, if you're using this functionality, use closed because you can export. Now, if you don't care about exporting right now, use accepted or closed. But for simplicity's sake, use closed. It's going to ask you, do you want to create an invoice? And all it's going to do is take your company information here, the invoice. We can set a payment term that will update there when it's sent. And all it'll do is take the proposal, turn it into a different document, and then you're allowed to print it. Do it just like that. Or you can save and send it straight from there. So, again, closed. Do we want to create an invoice? Yes. Create and print or create and send? Create and send will send immediately. Create and print will do what it said. It will create and print. Okay. Can you show where... Well, yep. Why, thank you, Rob. The invoice feature was definitely great, and it makes it so you have certain CRM capabilities in here. Let's see, I have another question. Where do you set the invoice sales tax with all different sales taxes in Minnesota? So, Rick, per bid, how you would do that is if you were going to create a proposal, it's not an actual number, but if you want to do your sales tax here, let's say that this service here, rust removal, done. We're going to do 200 bucks. We're going to do 200 times 0.0765 equals 1530. So we'll do 1530. Automatically subtotaled right there. We're going to do, where did I go? Oh, last name. Carroll. All right. We're going to send this to me. Rick's notes. Continue. We're going to select a photo. Pictures. Before picture. Before picture of a graffiti tag. You can add notes here if you want to. Save and continue. Add our insurance. Save and preview. There's the bid. We have all the options down here. We're going to save and send immediately. Now, Rick, what you'll see, so you go here to the dashboard. See, this is the last bid we just sent. Now what we want to do is close that. Okay. Create an invoice. Bam! Sales tax, like you put it in your bid, is already right there. So hopefully that answered your question. Oh yes, this was something. Proposal and save and go back. Sounds good, Pete. Thanks for checking it out, man. Can we create a proposal, save it, and then have a send button instead of having to go back and edit? It's something that we're working on, Daniel, right now. Bear with us. The functionality is what it is. After this next update in February, because we got some functionalities coming that I haven't even told you guys about yet. I like to keep a little secrets here and there. We are going to focus more on increased functionality with what we already have. I would like to see the ability to add different emails. Let's say you're doing the job for someone, but you have to email someone else. We'll have the option to add an email here. The invoicing functionality in general is going to greatly, greatly, greatly expand. Can you print the proposal as a PDF? Yes, Rob, you can do that right here. So if you go to the dashboard, all we're going to do is copy the proposal, continue, continue. Let me just make sure I'm answering your question correctly. Save and preview. And then instead of sending it, bud, All you got to do right here is print it. And that'll populate your printer so that you don't have to send the bid. You can just print it. And then invoice from QuickBooks or whatever it is that you need. Rob, no, the customer, as of right now, there are so many security issues with accepting payments. I mean, even so you guys understand it, for us to run a monthly charge, we have to deal with 4 different payment gateways. So the security issue that comes with storing credit cards, dealing with customers, doing all that stuff, that's where the functionality of getting into customer factor, any of that other stuff, that's where we're weighing out our options and where we want to use existing features of other programs or if we want to build ourselves. Glenn, as of right now, an invoice cannot be created without creating a proposal, but that is functionality that we are working on in the invoicing feature. Another cool thing, quick guys, that I didn't show you, that's easy to miss. So let's say here that we have a couple services, right? And we want to not have all of them populate. So let's say we're going to do $420 for the roof cleaning, $300 for the acid etching, $1,000 for the concrete cleaning, and then for the dumpster pad cleaning, we're going to get $230. $1,950, watch that. You don't want to scare them, so you just zero out the subtotal. That's it. You can send the bid with no subtotal. Use the description to do like monthly rust treatment. With my beautiful spelling. Dumpster pad cleaning. Quarterly. But then you can also do dumpster pad cleaning one time. So that $230 is the quarterly price, but $400 is the one-time price. So of course, you would want to then zero out your subtotal. And that'll come across blank. And then because you have 2,000 characters here, you can go into more depth. Now, like I said, 200 character limit here in the description section. But then you can also go in depth to explain frequency of bidding and that type of stuff here. So hopefully that answered a couple questions. As of right now, saving an invoice to send it later, the only way you could do that is save it and print it right now. But like I said, if we're working on anything, guys, we are working on beefing up this invoicing feature. So I think, what is there? 30-something of us left. Hey, Don, thank you. I greatly appreciate you showing up, bud. Is there anything else, guys, that you see right now that we have not covered? We are not going to do the lounge tonight. What I'll do is let me see what my schedule is like Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll try to get a quick, that's definitely something we need to do. I will get a quick walkthrough of the lounge done before the end of the week. You guys have my word on that. I'll put something together. Derek, I got you. I can do the insurance and W-9. Glenn, what I can do is the mobile version right now. We're still working with some of the dynamic views. For the add residential or commercial customer and for the description section, it's popping to the bottom like that. We're working on the mobile views and I'll have that all fixed by Friday. Yeah, Rick, you are not allowed past the you are not allowed past the bouncer. No way, ever. Free pizza for everyone that's still here. Dave's buying. If you guys like cold Domino's for California, just post your address here and I got you right now. Okay, guys. Derek, this is where you go to add attachments. Manage your attachments here. Choose a file. Go to your documents. We're going to do our Glass Renew waiver. The file size is 2 megabytes. So, open. This is our Glass Renew waiver for example. Save. Attachment successfully uploaded. And then if you go down here, Glass Renew waiver for example. And then Derek, we go here to create new proposal. We're going to do it for me again. Oh, I keep forgetting that it's my last name first because I am now a residential customer. Select one service, roof cleaning, skip past that, skip past that. And now you see Derek here. Glass Renew waiver, for example, the one I just added. Save. Bada boom. Glass Renew waiver is added to your profile. Easy peasy. Very simple. And if you wanted to, you can take that Glass Renew waiver, take that, move your photos in the beginning, even though we didn't have any. Now your Glass Renew waiver is first, your photos, which were not there, are second, and then your bid would be third. Not a problem at all, bud. Hey guys, I greatly appreciate you guys spending this hour with me to understand the program better. I have been recording this thing the whole time. I'm going to do a little bit of an edit, probably trim this down to a good 40 minutes or something like that, and then I'll release this as well as all the other webinars that we do. I really appreciate you guys coming because the best thing that you guys could ever do for the program is give me feedback. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you hate. Tell me what you love. Tell me what makes you want to jump off a bridge when you use the program. All of it. And you have my word that I will do everything in my power to get the features and functionality that are necessary for this program to work better. I think someone here just, someone was just asking... Oh, Robert, were you asking for the YouTube link to subscribe to the videos? I'm going to create a brand new channel just for the webinars and all of this stuff. You guys will get the invite to the lounge later tonight, and then we'll also do a an invite to the YouTube channel where we're going to start storing all of this stuff. I think it's so great that you guys attend these things because it's so much easier for me to sit here. Glenn, I'm pretty quick to jump off the bridge. I'm a good swimmer. All this information and all this data, guys, I'm just going to gift wrap it and package it so all the webinars are easily accessible. If you guys could do me any favor at all, attend as many of the webinars as you can because this feedback is just so amazing. That said, guys, thank you so much for attending the webinar. This is the first of many to come. Cody, I will be seeing you in Houston, my man. Anyone that's going to Doug's thing in Houston, I'll be there. We get Monday, and I think we're going to stay a day late too. So for you guys that like to have 1 or 2 at night, first one's on me. That said, guys, we are going to wrap this up. I greatly appreciate your time. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to give the link here again. Save that into your email when you need anything. support@closethejob.com. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Guys, I'm going to shut this down and wrap it up. Again, thank you so much for your interest in the program, your support of the program. I seriously, guys, I do this for you. I made this program for myself, but I sleep better every night knowing that this program makes your guys' customers or makes your guys' companies better and easier to work with. I'm always here. If it's help with a bid, help with your profile, help with a job, anything you guys need, man. So again, thank you very much. I cannot explain how humbling all of this is and how much I appreciate the support. You guys will get the invite to the lounge shortly here, and I'll get this video up. I'm probably going to edit it with Cole tomorrow. We'll get this all put up to share, and I'll send it to all you guys. So anyone that's been asking you about the program, or if you saw the webinar, I'll give you guys all the link individually to share. So again, signing off for tonight. Thank you guys so much, and I'm sure I'll be talking to a lot of you guys soon. Greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you again. Have a great night, guys.